Hey everyone, welcome back to Mountain Dog Companion. Today we're going to talk about how early sound introduction affects personalities and temperaments of puppies later on in life. So today we're going to talk about how certain sounds being introduced at certain ages can affect these puppies, how they kind of react to it, and what it does later on. So Angie here with me, and she's gonna go through, play a couple simulations of some sounds. We chose fireworks since we're close to July 4th, we're coming up on it. And just to see how these puppies react. They're about three weeks and a couple days old. These are Brixie's pups, and Brixie and Charlie. And they're doing very well, but they're really starting to realize, like they'll start to startle over certain sounds. This little girl right here was barking at me earlier, just from me just talking to it and messing around a little bit with different sounds. I'll let Angie kind of play some simulations, kind of show how they react. Crystal will probably get a pretty close up here to see their heads always start moving. They'll start bobbing, and they'll kind of relax or kind of react to it and then relax and get used to it, which is great for introduction.
So puppies go through different phases. Birth to 2 weeks, neonatal. 2 weeks to 3 weeks is what we call transitional phase. That's where their eyes are opening, and in our training, we just allow them to continue to grow and wake up. In other words, like explore the world. And then week 3 is where the socialization actually starts. And like Jay said, with the startling, we want to make sure that our puppies are well-rounded. The best I can do for them at this point is just introduce them to sounds that could potentially be scary later on. Obviously, I can't catch them all, but we do fireworks, we do fire engines, because I have some people that live in the cities, washer and dryers, pots and pans slamming, we slam doors, just to allow them to experience that sound and then be able to cuddle for comfort. Yep. So it's a critical stage to introduce it at week 3. There's no guarantees, obviously, but I do have families that have puppies that have gone through our training that when the fireworks are on, they're running around, there's no impact. I do tell my families always make sure they are leashed, and just in case. But for pups that have never been introduced to it, it's kind of a scary thing because they're loud booms and they don't happen frequently. Yeah. So what we do is at week 3, we start with a playlist from Spotify, and it has thunderstorms and fireworks. So I'm just going to show you what happens. Normally I would play this much louder. It's up for about 5 minutes. I don't know if you can zoom in, but occasionally you'll see ears twitch. Sometimes the body shakes a little bit. Some wake up. We're not trying to scare them. We're just, just trying to introduce. This one's very aware, very aware. We do it about 2 times a day, and that's for the 3-week period. At 4 weeks, we stop sound. We do natural sounds like pots and pans, door slamming. We continue all of that, but this kind of work stops because that's when a fear stage starts. And I don't want to create any negative impressions. But it's a very critical week just in their development. It's very interesting, the evolution of a puppy from birth to 8 weeks. And we don't take that lightly here.
Got some shivering going on.
Yeah, usually the body will just shake a little bit. That's a stress release, really, is what that is. And it's not like this puppy's going to be sensitive to it. It's just at that point he's reacting to it a little bit.
And they all react at one
too, or if they're sleeping, or how deep into the sleep they are. This little one here is wide awake.
And well aware.
Very aware, very aware.
It's interesting to see how they react to it as a like when that sound's introduced. Like oftentimes initially they'll check things out, they'll raise their heads and check it out, see what's going on, but pretty quickly they end up kind of calming down and honestly falling back asleep, which is great, and it'll teach them later on that it's not something to be fearful of, and it's also, I mean, it's normal. It's not in their a fear portion of
Right.
their brain, and it just it helps for later on development. So.
If one is a little more alert or shows signs of concern, then it's always up to the heart with a nice pressure to neutralize them. And generally that resets them and then they're back to sleep. So if there's one, we just want to make sure that we are imprinting them correctly and allowing them to grow the way they should.
Yeah.
And not be fearful.
Awesome.
Empowered pups, that's what we want to raise.
Exactly. But yeah, that'll kind of wrap things up for today's video. Just wanted to do a quick introduction to show you kind of how early sound introduction kind of develops personalities and helps puppies grow at this age. And hopefully this will help you guys out when looking for the right breeder or right puppy. It'll help you to kind of keep an eye out what to look for. So hopefully today's video is educational. I'm really excited to keep moving forward with these puppies specifically. And we do still have some availability with this litter as well. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you're always more than welcome to. My name's Jay Miller here with Mountain Dog Companion. My number is 330-234-0102.